So if you're lucky enough to be able to come and do some volunteering in Thailand through Workaway, I would really recommend that you come to this little school. It's in a place just outside of a small town called Chai Nhat. Getting here is really easy from Bangkok. You can either get the train, there's a few options for that. We chose the 109 rapid train. Don't be fooled by the word rapid, it isn't rapid. It does take nigh on 3 hours. Trains generally don't run on time in Thailand. They generally leave at the right time, but will lose time along the way, mainly because the trains need to switch lines at various stops. If you come by train, you're going to head towards a train station called Ban Takli, and from there the amazing teachers who work here at the school will arrange to come and pick you up. The other alternative is the minibus, which is what we did last year. We got that from also from Bangkok. Took a little bit, well, quite a lot longer because it has to deal with traffic. Closer to 3.5, 4 hours for the minibus, which is cheaper, about the same. The train cost ourselves, Jack and I, we travelled third class, which was absolutely fine for us. Train took us cost us about, I don't know, maybe £2.80 between us. That's obviously one way. So what I'm going to do now is just show you around some of the amenities at the school and what you can expect once you get here. So it's just after lunch. Some of the children are around, most are in classrooms. This is the bike park, so the kids arrive in the morning. Most of them are either bought by their parents or grandparents, or they ride to school if they're local enough. So you can see an array of bikes here. So here is your accommodation. This is what you can expect if you come and stay at this host. So a really long space outside here. For most of the day it's in the shade. It's only really after 3:30 that the sun comes around here, which if you're a sun worshipper, you might not like so much, but really the sun in Thailand is hot, hot, hot. You will enjoy the shade. This bottom end isn't used so much. Some old supplies for the school. This room, I don't know what's in there. Wasn't open last year, isn't open this year. But if we walk into the dining area first, so in here, a huge room, really, really spacious. You've got all the amenities you need. So first of all, you've got a fridge freezer. You can stock that up with as much water as you possibly can. You also have a little kettle, and you have some supplies here. Just going to put the light on to give you a little bit more idea of how you, there we go. So plenty of light on now, loads of lights available for you in the evenings as well. So as I say, fridge freezer, you've got a little kettle here, works a bit different to those in the UK and probably most of the world. You top it up here. I suggest you use the bottled water that you're supplied with, although I suspect you can use tap water, but please make sure you boil it. Thai water is absolutely not for drinking directly from the tap. A few supplies here. Chances are there will be a few bits and bobs. The coffee, the 3-in-1 coffee is ours. The sugar was already here. The coffee mate was already here in the gel. But I bought my own coffee because I like it black with no sugar, something that Thai people don't tend to drink. They like things sweet. Some mugs for you. You'll notice that everything is covered up. I absolutely recommend you keep it that way. We are out in the countryside, and this room, as you can see, is pretty open to the elements, including our little 4-legged rodent friends. So the mice, by the way, not the rats. Just keep everything covered up. Food absolutely needs to be sealed or kept in the fridge. Most of these snacks were here when we arrived, so what you'll find is previous workawayers will leave stuff behind. Fully working microwave. Don't need to explain how that works to anybody, I hope. And there's plenty of fans. Electric points here, electric point there, all on the one side of the room, so bear that in mind. So just another entry point. Over this side we've got the windows, well, the shutters open. That's just to get some air through. The air in the morning at the moment is really quite cool, so it's nice to cool it down. I would recommend, which I will do shortly, just closing them off later in the day. So as you can see, again, covered up, plenty of supplies. You've got some glasses, all of your bowls and plates that you need. Everything in Thailand is pretty much served in a bowl, and some cutlery here, again covered up. These aren't covered up, just make sure you wash them before you use them. In the corner you'll see another fan and quite a lot of mosquito nets, but I'll show you that later. Sink, one tap, no hot water. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, 4 o'clock this afternoon, that water will be piping hot because it's coming from directly outside. The pipes will warm up, so just be careful. Don't assume that it's not hot, but you won't need hot water. A couple of toilets, so not just toilets. So this one is, well, it's named the boys, but it doesn't really matter. So we've got a bathroom here. Just get the light on. There we go. So a shower. So this shower just runs directly from a water pipe outside, so there's no temperature control on that. Again, previous workawayers will probably have left a couple of bits and bobs in terms of toiletries. And like I say, flushing toilet. You got your butt gun. Love a butt gun. Please, please, please use it. Don't put your tissue directly in the bin because it doesn't smell very nice. The butt gun does exactly what it's meant to. This is toilet 1. Just turn the light off. Toilet 2. This one's a little bit more upmarket and does have a heat-controlled shower. As you can see here, the water pressure depends on how much water they've got, so just bear that in mind. Don't expect a power shower, you're not going to get it. What these showers will do is just cool you down on days like today where it's super hot and humid. Again, another flushable toilet, again the amazing butt gun. And the bucket here in this particular toilet, we're using it to put our tissue paper. If the flusher doesn't work on your toilet, just fill your bucket with water, use a scoop that's here, and you flush it down. So if you ever walk into a toilet and there is no flush, that's exactly what you should be doing. A little bit more. Lots of supplies in here. Okay. Also a twin tub. We were here last year and used the twin tub, not a problem because I'm in my 50s. However, I did think, ooh, what if my daughter had this, or anyone sort of younger than 40 probably wouldn't know what this is, or from certain parts of the world. So I wrote some instructions, but with full Wi-Fi available, you can YouTube it if you're not sure. But the twin tub is a great thing. You don't need a dryer, believe me. That's your dryer out there. So this is the dining hall and where you can wash your clothes, wash yourself. What I would say to you is don't leave food out. There's a little bit of fruit, you're all right with that here. But other than that, I would make sure that you're sealing everything, covering everything up. Otherwise, you're going to attract more little furry friends. The school and the director of the school and monks provide plenty of water. That is never below 2 or 3 cases. And again, drink all day long. Okay, so moving on to where you sleep. So, probably, shoes off, the best part of this accommodation, which isn't going to be at every one that you visit, is the air conditioning. The air conditioning unit is really well maintained. I actually think it's new. Not that there was anything wrong with last year's when we were here, but I think this is a new one. Has a remote control, so you can set it on a timer to go off. We have one of the laundry racks here with our clothes on, again kept off the floor and not screwed up in cases because we're here for quite a while. We've got our maps for planning our journey on the wall, and they provide you with a little table. It's got all my knickknacks on, and you can see pretty much everything is raised off the floor. This is mainly because when you lift something up and there's a lizard under it, it can freak you out a little bit. The lizards are cute. Couple of sets of old drawers that we found at the bottom of the area outside, gave them a bit of a clean, and it's just a nice place to put our bits and bobs. Okay, the beds. So this is your mattress that you're supplied with. Yes, it's thin, but it's really what you would expect in Thailand anyway. Not the thinnest I've slept on, believe me. Not too bad. We did this last year and we're travelling for at least the next 6 months. So we invested in a couple of these blow-up beds, all foot pump activated, so don't need any mains, don't need a pump, don't need a valve, anything. You just stamp on them. I'll put the link for them somewhere in the comments. So you get some cushions, you get some nice covers. There is a duvet. I don't need it even with the aircon on, but I guess some people might be a little less happy with the cold or the air conditioning. Another set of drawers here. The electric points are on one side. One thing I would really recommend that you do is bring an extension lead if you are travelling over here to Thailand and you're travelling around. It really helps you have a kind of multi-port where in some rooms you're going to have limited power points. As I mentioned earlier, the school do provide mosquito nets. I don't use one. I'm trying to build up my resistance. I don't know if that's a fact or anything, but I've certainly been bitten. Not so much in the room. If you're really careful about keeping your doors shut, you won't have any issues. But the mosquito net is a really nice touch. They didn't have them last year, but I can understand why that would be helpful. This is a traditional Thai mattress. It's very hard. That said, I've slept on it. I got a good night's sleep. Again, another air conditioning unit in this room, and a little desk space. And there's your PowerPoint again. All in all, I think it's got everything you need. I'm probably a little bit spoilt, to be honest. But if you like your creature comforts, the two essentials that I say to bring with you are an extra airbed, if you can do that, and that extension lead. The extension lead makes things so much easier for everybody. You can see a little yoga mat here. You want to do a bit of morning meditation, evening meditation. I personally would go for morning. It's much cooler. At the moment, it's around 20, 21 in the morning, which is really refreshing. But by 9 o'clock, you're up to your mid-30s. So plenty of sun cream. Bug spray is an absolute must. And drink lots of water and stay out of the sun as much as you can. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll bring you more content along our travels, which are going to be for the next few months. Take care.